Welcome to your video today. Today we're going to be correcting page 248, the problems we had here, numbers 2 through 8, using elimination. All right, and I am not going to be doing any subtracting. Everything I am going to do is going to be adding. All right, so when I look at this first one, I am going to keep this first equation the same. So x plus 2y equals negative 2. And I'm going to multiply this by negative 1. So that this becomes a positive 3x, a negative 2y, and a positive 10. So all those signs change, so I can add them together. And x plus 3x is 4x. My y's cancel out. And negative 2 plus 10 is 8. And now when we divide by 4, we get x equals 2. All right, I'm going to go into that first equation, and I'm going to plug in here 2. So I have 2 plus 2y equals negative 2. So when I subtract 2, I get 2y equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. And y is negative 2. So my final ordered pair for the first problem here is going to be 2 comma negative 2. All right, let's look at this second problem here. And I'm going to leave this first problem exactly the same in the way it is. So 3x plus y equals 23. And I'm going to multiply this by negative 1. So it becomes minus 3x plus 2y and a negative 8. So when I add these together, my 3x minus 3x, and I add those together, they're going to cancel out. And I have 1y plus 2y is going to be 3y. And then I'm going to do 23 minus 8, and I get 15. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So y is 5. All right, so now when we put a 5 in here, we're going to take 3x plus 5 equals 23. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we get 3x equals 18. Divide by 3. And x is 6. So my ordered pair here is going to be 6 comma 5. Alrighty, moving on. The next problem here, let's see. Oh, this one works great. I can just add these right on up because look at this. Negative 5y plus 5y, they're going to cancel out. So negative 4x plus 3x is minus 1x, and 7 minus 14 is a negative 7. So now I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 1. So x is 7. All right, I wrote all over this, so I got to erase it so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm going to plug in a 7 here for x. So 3 times 7 plus 5y equals negative 14. So we have 21. Plus 5y is negative 14. So let's subtract 21 from both sides. So 5y equals negative 35. Divide both sides by 5. And y is negative 7. So the solution here for this third problem is going to be a positive 7, negative 7. All right, moving on. Number 5. Whoops, I'm missing some problems here. Here we go. Number 5. We can add these right on up. So 1x plus 5x is 6x. My y's cancel out, and I get a negative 18. Divide by 6, and x is negative 3. I'm going to plug it back into that top one. So negative 3 minus 2y equals negative 19. Add 3. Add 3. So minus 2y is negative 16. Divide by negative 2. So y is 8. So my final solution for number 5 is going to be the ordered pair, negative 3, comma 8. All right, when we look at number 6, we're going to have to change the sign on one of them. So I'm going to leave this first one exactly the same so that it becomes 3x plus 4y equals 18. And I'm going to multiply this one by -1. So all my signs are going to change. So positive 2x minus 4y and a -8. So when I add these together, I get a positive 5x. My y's are going to eliminate, and 18 minus 8 is 10. And when I divide both sides by 5, I get x to be 2. So in my final answer, I know it's going to be 2 comma something. I'm just going to use that first ordered pair. So 3 times 2 plus 4y equals 18. So we have 6 plus 4y equals 18. And when I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 4y equals 12. And when I divide both sides by 4, I get y is 3. All right, number 7. Looks like I'm going to have to do the same thing and change one of them. So I'm going to leave the top one exactly the same. And I am going to take the bottom one and multiply it by a negative. So all of my signs change. All right, the point of me doing that is because now my x's are going to cancel out. And 7y minus 3y is 4y. And -19 plus 11 is a -8. And when I divide both sides by 4, I get y to be -2. All right, put y back to -2. I'm going to do the top equation. So I get minus 5x minus 14 equals 11. And when I add 14 to both sides, I get minus 5x equals, oh, that's 14. So I get 25. And when we divide by a -5, we get a -5. So my final answer here is going to be -5. Make sure you get these in the right order. X goes first and then y. All right, we have one problem left here, and it is the word problem. So the Green River Freeway has a minimum and maximum speeds. Tony drove for 2 hours at the medium speed limit and 3.5 hours at the maximum and a distance of 355. So 2 hours at the minimum and 3.5 hours at the maximum for a total of 355 miles. Ray drove for 2 hours at the minimum and the maximum speed of 3 and a total of 320. What are the two speed limits? All right, so I'm just going to rewrite Ray's equation right underneath Tony's, but I'm going to change all of Ray's signs so that I can just add this up. So when I add these together, my x's cancel out, and I get 0.5y. And when I take 355 minus 320, I end up with a 35. And I'm going to divide by 0.5. So when you take 35 and divide by 0.5, we get y is 70. So that means that the max speed is 70, and was it miles per hour? Miles per hour. That's a 0. Miles per hour. Okay, now let's plug that y value in, and let's just do it by Ray's. So 2x plus, and we're putting a 70 in here, 210 equals 320. So when I subtract 210 from both sides, 2x equals, what's that, 110? So x equals 55. So the minimum speed is 55 miles per hour. All right, hope this helps with any questions you had.